I've been using the Z Fold 6 for the past few weeks. I've been traveling with it, taking thousands of pictures, testing the battery life, thermals, usability, and many other things. I have a lot of thoughts about it, and if you plan to switch to Fold or upgrade to Fold 6, this is the video for you. I am more a scientist, and I do my best in my reviews to apply scientific methods. For that, I wrote an Android application that measures the battery life, power consumption, and thermals of Z Fold 6, which we will get into that later. Let's start with the most important thing on the Z Fold 6, which is the display. There is a folder screen and a main screen that you can fold. The main screen is narrower than a normal phone, and lots of people complain about it being too narrow. I personally don't mind it, but I get why not everyone is happy. And the folder screen is double, that which makes it great for productivity. I want to point out something real quick here, and there is the reflection on the main screen. Yes, there is a crease in the middle of the phone, and yes, you do notice it even though it is better than the previous generation, but that's not the main issue for me. The main issue is the screen is extremely glossy and reflects a lot of light unevenly, which can be distracting. The only solution I found for it is to turn off the dark mode and only work on the light mode. On a normal LED, this will increase the amount of battery consumption since your phone should light things up more, and I assume it is the same thing on the Fold. But other than that, my eyes are also less comfortable in light mode. But even on the light mode, there is still uneven reflections, and light mode is just too bright for me. On the bright side, pun intended, we get a much bigger screen, which is great for productivity. The main thing for me is the keyboard. Basically, it is the first time that I'm comfortable enough typing long emails or even writing work documents on a phone. Other than that, I also use it for photo editing. It is the first time I'm not bringing a laptop with me on a vacation, and I did all the photo editing that I would normally do on a laptop on my Fold phone, and together with the pen, the experience was great. I dare to say even better than a computer. Another thing I love about the folder screen is multitasking. You can basically run two apps side by side, and you have enough space for that. The Fold also gives you really nice options to just put your phone on a table and rack with it. On train rides or even when I'm sitting on my table numerous times, I fold the phone to watch YouTube videos while reading the comments at the same time, and it's much better than a normal phone with a kickstand. Also, you can type on it while half folded, which is neat, and it reminds me of a DS console. There is no S Pen included with the phone, and you should get a case that supports the S Pen. The quality of the S Pen and the experience is not the same as the Ultra. You don't get the clicky button that you can use as a Bluetooth module for the camera and do a bunch of cool stuff. It also does not write the same as the S Pen, but you get a larger screen, which is cool, and I did use it quite often in the past few weeks. One problem for me is that I didn't like the case at all. It's very flimsy and you have to rely on a glue to stay in place, especially on the cover screen part, and after only a few weeks it doesn't stay anymore. I got a new cover screen from Pitaka, which also helps to reduce the weight a bit, link in the description down below, and I don't use a protector for the cover screen anymore. The downside is that I have to carry the S Pen from the folding case in my pocket, but the upside is that I have MagSafe compatibility for my power bank and charger now. The next important topic is the battery life. The battery is 4400 mAh, which is 12% smaller than the S24 Ultra. As I said, I did track the battery life consumption with the Z Fold 6 for multiple days with the app that I wrote, and on a mixed usage of 3 to 5 hours of screen time per day on 4G and Wi-Fi, it always ended the day with around 20% battery life. The first day that I tracked was 4 hours of screen time and 26% left. The second day was 4.5 hours of screen time and 20% left, and the third day was 4 hours and 15 minutes with 21% battery left. Of course, depending on your use case, you can get more or less battery life. I'm not comfortable with the results though, because if I decide to use the phone longer than 4 hours, I'll probably need to carry a power bank. The second topic is thermals. The phone is using a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, but it's underclocked, so you don't get the same performance as you get on the Ultra or any other phone with this chipset, and I think I know why. The phone is quite thin, or at least the part that the chipset and the battery, therefore it gets hot quite easily. In my experience, the phone does run quite warm, especially in summer. It is not uncommon to see 35 degrees to 40 degrees, which is 95 to 104 Fahrenheit. In fact, I did track the battery temperature for multiple days. The max temperature was 42 degrees Celsius, which is 107 Fahrenheit, and it did happen when I was shooting videos outdoors, and the average was 33 degrees Celsius, which is 91 degrees Fahrenheit. There's another compromise about the Z Fold compared to the S24 Ultra, and that's the camera. The camera is definitely flagship quality. You can take amazing photos and videos with it, and I'm showing it right now. I did go on a trip with the Fold to Belgium, and I was positively surprised at how it's performing on all three lenses, but there are two problems with the camera system. For one, the quality of the main lens is not as good as the S24 Ultra, especially in low light. I did a full comparison of these two before. The second problem is the zoom lens. There is no 5x zoom lens like the S24 Ultra, so your options for zooming into a subject are limited. Granted, not everyone wants to zoom in on a flying airplane, but I do. I also love taking pictures of wildlife, and 5x zoom is a game changer. The other thing is the quality of 3x zoom is also not that great. GSM Arena also reporting on it, and I was a bit disappointed in it. They are too soft for my taste. When it comes to taking pictures again, they are in fact flagship quality, so for a quick snap, you don't need to worry about it at all. There are also some cool features that you get because of the form factor. For example, you don't need to use a crappy selfie camera on a smartphone. Instead, you just use the main camera and unfold the screen to see yourself on the cover screen while taking a video. Another perk is that you can take pictures on a larger screen and see your subject way better than you do on a smaller screen like the S24 Ultra or any other flagship phone. And you can also see the pictures larger afterwards. So usually when I want to shoot a YouTube video, I write a script because I want to talk very precisely and I don't want to make mistakes. But this part is a bit unscripted and it's very subjective to how I feel about the Z Fold 6 and how was my experience in the past few weeks. In general, I think it is a marvelous technology. Just the ability that you can unfold your phone is great. Like as an engineer, as a person that studied computer science and engineering, I just love this technology. But from the usability issues, I found too many compromises, such as the camera. The camera is not as good as my S24 Ultra. Again, Samsung should cut down the price to a certain level, and they cannot put the same sensors and lenses on the Galaxy Z Fold 6. The other issue for me was the S Pen. Again, this is something that you may not even use on your Ultra, or maybe your current phone don't even have a pen. I personally use the S Pen a lot. I loved having a larger screen, but just the fact that the case is not built very well, or I don't like this particular case, and it also doesn't support MagSafe compatible accessories like a charger, or like a wireless charger or a wallet, is a bit of a deal breaker for me. Then I also always have to carry my S Pen somewhere in my pocket, and that's a bit of a problem for me. And because of the form factor, the CPU is underclocked and you don't get the same performance, and it also throttles way faster. It also gets hot much faster than the Galaxy S24 Ultra or other flagship phones that I have, and also iPhone 15 Pro Max. And that's a bit of a deal breaker or a bit of a compromise for me. And in general, I think there's a bit of a problem in reviewing products in YouTube, and that's a lot of YouTubers get these products for free. But as a person that spent actually 2,000 euro on this product, it is the same price as my expensive Sony Alpha camera. I really feel the pain of spending so much money and having to deal with all the compromises compared to my Galaxy S24 Ultra. That's just me, that's just my opinion. Maybe your opinion is different, you can write it in the comment section. If you like this video, I also did a very true comparison of the camera of S24 Ultra versus the Galaxy Z Fold 6 in my trip to Belgium, which you can watch next. Thanks for tuning into Tecmo, and I will see you in the next one.